This will be the 9th project that we're coming to dedicate in fulfillment of our promise to build 16 of these labs in the 16 regions of Ghana. On this 9-to-1, we had a promoter from the US, which we'll talk more about it, but he is the one who sort of requested that we build one in the Bomaa area, which is the Ahafo region, and he is willing to support this site. And so he, as a person living in the US, having heard about what we're doing, approached me and says that there's a need and that he will be willing to support what we're doing in his town. And that's why we're here. And I think it's going to be a beautiful event. The promoters are individuals who are willing to help us identify the community that we need to be in, who are willing to organize the community on our behalf, working with us, who are willing also, in some cases, to put in their own resources.
Mr. Jafet Ewuku, menene nyina wo board bi so wo New York, National Council of Ghanaians Association, they board members. Enti ye meetings a menenu hia ti no wonya saa kwanya ya osi computer lab to 16 regions na omo ye bi e wo am say uti region and say nkonya ho ntimi hu ye na me friend no na me ka say eh that dey omo ye bi o mikruma also yes sure we will do it nana we will do it for you ampa so ye na keka ya na say na dey ye hu no ha say ya manfo nyina ye bodi no bia e kamfo ni nyina fi Mr. Jafet na ya dey a sombo.
I have a background in development, and I've lived in countries that were not like the US, and I wanted to do more. And through my Uncle Dan, I was introduced to Jafet, and through my computer network, I was introduced to Kafui. Together, we knew we had to do something sustainable. Each of us had been involved in development in various ways, and each of us may have come to the conclusion that it wasn't sustainable. And when we were thoughtful about what we were doing, which was starting with the community request for ITC centers, but really trying to make the building, the funding, and the maintenance sustainable, we realized we had something new, and that's the Yamoransa model. And it evolves. And we try new things and we keep making it better. And it's just, whatever our official relationships are, we're having a lot of fun.
When we heard that this facility is coming here and it's coming to support us in the field of ICT, we're happy because we already know that the existing ICT labs in our schools, they lack machines. Most of them don't have adequate computers. So if this lab is coming here to help a whole circuit, then it means it's coming to relieve us. Because you know, government cannot do it alone. So the assembly cannot supply all the educational needs. That's why we're very happy to welcome this project to the municipality.
GES, we were expected to assign center managers to those facilities and also give out teachers who will be trained for the computer literacy. So we did that, and all other organizations, including getting the building, supporting the assembly in doing their renovation, we did whatever they asked us to do.
With this Yamoransa Model Lab 9, we have actually installed 48-seater lab, the solar panels, a conference room that can seat about 24-seater, and then behind me it's the Makerspace with the 3D printing, Arduino, and then the Legos. The choice of technology is because we've created this space, especially the Makerspace, as part of the project for a place where kids can develop critical, innovative thinking skills. Now in the 21st century, we really need kids that are innovative, that are creative, and so this is a space where they can do all that. Now they want to learn how to do science experiments. The virtual reality is going to help help them to do that. Now, we've seen already in the 11 makerspaces that we've developed across the country and the 18,000 students that are going through these labs is that there's change. And we see, for example, in one of the sites that when we got there, we had to wash our hands. The kids programmed it. These were two 10-year-old girls who programmed it, and we could wash our hands without touching anything using the sensors they find in the Legos. So we are creating a cadre of youth that are smart, that are creative, that are innovative within using these spaces. And these 19 schools that are coming through and the 76 teachers who have been trained to use this facility are going to touch several 4,000 plus kids. Now, with that, we're expecting that, the effect is monumental over the years. The technology will be here for 2 years to support them. We'll ensure that it's all working every time. There is a promoter who is the head of an association from the US who's here and who is the person supporting this project. He will be here after 2 years. But we're very happy and excited that this is one of the models where we have a foreign direct partnership with our tech aid to ensure that this project becomes successful. We're grateful to Helping Africa Foundation for the huge investment and for the opportunity to work with us to tie into our mission to impact lives through education.
My job as a center manager is to do facilitating in the lab. So we take the learners through the educational softwares like the Sanka and then the EPP, and we also have the e-test desktop.
We know that we are in a technological world and life keeps advancing. So the Makerspace is going to give learners a room to bring out their creativity. They'll also be given the opportunity to bring out any creative skill they want to exhibit. And I think this is going to help our country in the end.
This project is a tech lab. It's an ICT lab with ICT centers and then makerspaces and a conference room. So we have to engage the tech company, Tech Aid, to get them to draft the specifications for this lab. That was done on the needs assessment trip, and we were able to get what exactly the lab here needed to get. So after doing that, the community also needs to know what has been presented to them. So the teachers were trained, specific center managers were assigned for each of the labs. So after the training, they were evaluated to make sure that they really know what they have been taught. And after that was done, we finally have this lab that we see here, which is being dedicated today. And hopefully at the end of this event, we'll get to see about 4,000 to 5,000 students coming in to use this center.
We will be working with the Ghana Education Service and the Municipal Assembly to put together a maintenance culture plan. With this, after the 2 years maintenance period, when they fully take over the lab, they will be able to ensure that the labs are sustainable. To stir the interest of the students, teachers, schools, the community in the lab, we will be organizing internal competitions. The internal competitions will be within the schools using the lab, and then also an inter-lab competition. With that, annually, we believe these are great systems that we will put in place to ensure that the labs are sustainable and effective for the generation yet unborn to benefit from.